Welcome. Scott here. Here is a quick boss guide for the upcoming Intersecting wills, after a long journey featuring the returning Lightning from Final Fantasy XIII. The event synergy units are Lightning, Yang, Cyan, Beatrix, Barret, and Lion. Lightning FR and Beatrix BT will be making their debut. Both Lightning and Beatrix will be getting their reworks and FR Echo boards. We will be fighting an Iron Giant and Behemoth. Both bosses have 180 million HP each. The turn requirement is 50. The HP requirements is 10,000. Before I continue further, here is a small disclaimer clause for the video. The guide is written based on the time that the event was released for the Japanese version. Please do note that it is possible that the boss fight mechanics might differ when the actual event is released in global. Like most other Shinryu fights, the boss gains increased brave damage and gain resistances at start of the fight and 79% HP threshold. Bringing a support like Iris, Charlotta, Aerith, Ramza, Yuna, Iroha, Pernello, Garnet, Rem, and Selpha that grants damage boosting aura will make your fight easier. As the boss gains substantial boost to their defenses with the auras, it is important to inflict debuffs that lower their defenses. On the screen I have listed down the key utility that you can consider when forming your party for this fight. Throughout the fight, the boss has a force gauge charge rate boost whenever the boss or player acts it. Once the force gauge reaches 30%, the boss will trigger granted buffs where it will load 8 permanent framed buffs with no duration limits. To handle the mechanic, you need to bring AoE dispellers like Rains, Bald Here, Pain, Beatrix, Ferris, Seymour, Arcela, or Vanille. Both Sarah and Cloud have dispelling utility, but they will dispel a limited number of buffs per turn. You can also prevent the boss with buff negation utility like Ash and Vincent BT. Please do note that Aerith Seal Evil and Yuffie no cheating debuff won't work here as the boss cleanse before they apply the debuffs. When the gauge is at 60% and above, the boss will apply HP poison, 20% max HP. Make sure you have burst healing utility and HP Regen so you can meet the HP requirements. To cancel the boss force time, you need to use a Thunder FR. Examples of Thunder Elemental FR are Lightning, Beatrix, Rex, Reno, Garnet, Dash, Ash, and Kryl. Garnet, Dash, Ash, Kryl, and Regen provide party Thunder enchant. So, if you brought them, you can just use any FR to cancel the force time. The bosses in the fight have limited moveset and very simplistic mechanics. All their HP attacks are mainly single target and there are no threshold mechanics other than the buff mechanics. This fight is so easy that some of the JP content creators will use the stage to showcase new units mechanics or do some gameplay demo. The fight can be cheesed with the infamous Ult Quina combo or you can bring Ruby Conte to solo the fight himself. Make sure you bring HP Regen calls to heal up or summon Alexander when the run is about to end so that you can meet the HP requirements. As we are no longer have Lufania Plus fights, the boss guide will be focused primarily on Shinryu fights. In Shinryu, you need to understand the effects gained by the boss as the force gauge build up, its force ability and its force time effect. If you do not bring any force chargers, it is highly certain that the boss force gauge will build up faster than yours. To have a better understanding on the basics of the force gauge mechanics and Shinryu fights, I have done a video explaining the mechanics. I have included the link to the video under the comments and video description for your quick reference. Throughout the fight, the boss will gain 2% charge rate up whenever your party acts and 2% charge rate up whenever boss party acts. When the boss gauge is at 30% and above, the boss activates Grand Buff stance where it will cleanse all debuffs and grant the boss party 8 permanent buffs. They are attack up, defense up, speed up, turn rate up, initial brave up, strong iron, brave Regen and HP Regen buff. The strong iron buff grants the boss 100% brave and HP damage up. The HP Regen works different from the standard HP Regen where it just provides a fix 1 million HP recovery. Dispel their buffs and you probably will not have any difficulty in handling the fight. For budget dispel calls, you can use Vanille base call or Ferris base call. Likewise, Pain LDCA, Beatrix LDCA or Seymour LDCA will also work here for the Dispel utility. When the boss gauge is at 50% and above, the boss will lower both your party Brave gain and max Brave by 50%. When the boss gauge is at 60% and above, the boss will activate the HP Poison Aura field, which applies a HP Poison field that equates to 20% of your max HP. The boss force gauge will build up faster as its HP is lowered. You can refer to the table on the screen for the percentages. At the 100% threshold, depending on the number of buffs, the Iron Giant will use its force ability. Flurry. If your party has at least 6 buffs, it will use Flurry Plus, which is an AoE Brave melee attack. It will gain 999% HP damage resist aura on the Iron Giant. The aura will be removed when you break the giant. If the party has less than 6 buffs, it will use Flurry Plus Plus, which will dispel all your party buffs, followed by an AoE Brave melee attack and grants 999% HP damage resist on the Iron Giant. The aura will be removed when you break the giant. Upon using the force ability, the Iron Giant will enter into its force time, where the gauge will start to emit a red hue with a counter of 10 on its gauge. When the force time is activated, the boss deal max Brave cap damage or Rainbow Brave damage. To deal force weakness on the boss, which will cancel the boss force time, you need to use a Thunder element FR. Lightning, Reno, Beatrix, Rex, Dash, Ferris, and Garnet are examples of Thunder elemental FR. Likewise, you can enchant a non-elemental FR with Thunder enchant by bring a party Thunder enchanter or use Thunder enchant call. Examples of party Thunder enchanters are Dash, Kryl, Regen, Garnet, and Ash. Examples of Thunder enchant calls are Ash LDCA, Kryl LDCA, Rex LDCA, and both Garnet calls. Do note that Ash and Kryl LDCA are aura-based enchant, while Garnet calls are buff-based enchant. Now let us go through the key mechanics of the fight. Yes, you are seeing right. Other than the force gauge properties, the fight does not have any complex mechanics. The boss will use their HP attacks whenever their Brave is high. All their HP attacks are mainly single target. The Behemoth can use Lightning Lash, which is an AoE Thunder magic Brave attack. To handle the fight easily, you need the following utility. 1. Dispel utility to remove 8 permanent framed buffs that boss gains at the 30% HP threshold. Examples of AoE Dispel base calls are Vanille and Ferris. Examples of AoE Dispel LDCA are Seymour, Pain, and Beatrix. Other than the calls units I have mentioned earlier, Sid Reigns and Arcela are the other units with full Dispel utility. Sarah, Bald here, Cloud, and Yuffie has limited Dispel utility, but you can slowly chip off the boss buffs. Bald here and Yuffie can steal the boss buffs for their own use. You can also use Diabolo's Summon for the Dispel if you need it. 2. HP Regen buffs or burst healing utility for 10,000 HP requirements. For HP Regen buffs, you can use the following base call: Pernello, Renoa, Freya, Fusoya, Luna Freya, or Lyud. Usually, aura-based calls give 10% HP Regen aura. You can use Lena base call for 20% HP Regen. For LDCA, you can use Steiner, Lily Set, or Queen. You can also use burst heal base calls like Rem, Aerith, Iris, Luna Freya, or use Sidor LDCA, Paladin Cecil LDCA, or Porum LDCA. Alexander's Summon also provides 10% HP Regen for 10 turns once a unit HP drop below 80%. It also provide a 100% heal effect upon summoning it. Other than the ult Quina or Idaroth cheese combo, you can solo this fight with either Ruby Conte, Beatrix, or Lightning if you have them fully geared with max ultima weapons and force enhancement boards. With the boss mechanics for the fight covered, let us proceed to a quick review on the featured FR units. Let us start off with Beatrix. Beatrix do not have much changes to her kit other than she get more HP dumps. Upon using her force ability, Beatrix will dispel all the enemy buffs and grant the party the following buffs: 10% max HP Regen buff and defense up 100% buff for 10 turns, followed by AoE Brave plus magic HP attack. If the party has at least 12 buffs, you will get 20% HP damage up and raises the max Brave cap by 20%. Before I cover her BT, let us recap on her FR conditions. 1. Use a Thunder ability will give you 5% HP damage bonus for any party member and 20% for Beatrix. This also works for off-turn damage like counter, traps, triggers or follow-up attacks. Beatrix Rose Petal counters are Thunder element and they will trigger when your party member receives Brave damage if you have her Noble Loyalty buffs active. Her FR does not provide Thunder enchant for the party, so you need to bring a Thunder enchant call to supplement. If you have her BT, the BT aura will provide Thunder enchant. 2. When your party has at least 12 party buffs, you will get 40% HP damage bonus per turn. This condition can be abused for supercharging strategies for 90% HP damage bonus if your party has limited buffs to meet up the requirement. You can use buff calls like Sis, Katesith, or Hope. Upon its debut, Beatrix FR is already one of the best off-turn FR. However, you will probably need to supplement it with off-turn units like Core, Ace, Quina, Maria, or the Cover Tanks trio to enhance the off-turn damage. Her FR Echo offer nice utility as it can be used as a Dispel FR Echo. Now let us cover a bit on her BT. When maxed out, her BT aura lasts for 8 turns. It provides the standard auras where it raises the party Brave damage cap by 50%, Brave gains by 20%, HP damage up by 20% and max Brave cap by 30%. The BT aura does not decrease Beatrix buff duration. This utility is very useful for Beatrix as it also means her Holy Knight Safeguard buff will last as long as BT aura. The aura also provides party enchant, which allows you use other calls instead of the usual Thunder enchant call. With Crystal Quest being released, Beatrix is the only red crystal unit who can offer reliable off-turn damage other than Aretha's Holy Laser or Edgar BT traps. She will make red crystal run a lot easier since she can solo some of the Shinryu stages with her new gained power along with crystal passives like D3 and D6. Even without her BT, her off-turn mechanics provides her a nice fit among off-turn damage team comps. Okay, now let us proceed to the other featured unit, Lightning. Lightning also gets a nifty rework and she does hit hard while providing useful turn delay utility with her EX with true HP damage so long that her overhead buff is active. With the rework, her upgraded EX will hit like a nuke button. Lightning is stance-based character and bulk of her skills allow her to unbreak and rebreak enemies. Let us cover her FR first. Her FR ability is an AoE melee Brave plus HP attack. During her force time, it will enchant the party with Thunder. It will raise the HP damage up by 30% and max Brave cap by 30% if you inflict break or attacking broken targets. Now let us look at her FR conditions. 1. Use a Thunder ability will give your 45% HP damage bonus. Pair Lightning with either Thunder element or non-elemental units. 2. Inflict break or attack broken target will give you 30% HP damage bonus upon meeting the condition. Lightning can constantly inflict breaks on her targets. You can make your party task easier by bringing units that have strong Brave control utility like Kater, Setzer, Arcela or BT units that set the boss Brave to single digit like Iris or Sephiroth BT. So long the boss does not absorb Thunder and have Brave floor mechanics, Lightning FR is one of the better generic FR phases that you can find in the game. Generally, you shouldn't have too much difficulty in meeting 75% HP damage bonus. Lightning's BT aura has been reworked. The aura lasts for 10 turns. It provides the standard party auras like raising Brave damage by 50%, Brave damage cap by 50%, stolen max Brave overflow by 30%, and max Brave cap by 30%. If you inflict break or attack broken targets, you will raise the HP damage up and Brave damage up auras by another 50%. The aura also provides some important upgrade to Lightning. It will raise her own max brave cap by 50%. It also allows Lightning to fills her own gauge to the max if she inflicts break on a target. As a damage dealer, have a green BT is essential if you intend to use her for end game content. Is she a worthwhile investment for the future? It depends on whether you like her style of gameplay. In the future, we will get FR retain mechanics, where part of the force time HP damage bonus will last even after your force time has ended. Turn hoggers like Lightning will greatly benefit a lot from the FR retain mechanics. I will strongly recommend people to get her if you intend to select Yellow Crystal for Yellow Crystal Quest. If you want to know how to play Lightning well, please do check out Theologica, a fellow Dissidia Opera Omnia content creator, and watch his Lightning destroy all future Shinryu stages. If you have any inquiries on Beatrix or Lightning, I will recommend you to check the Tonberry Troop infographic page for these units. The website also provides detailed play guide on how to use the character effectively. With this, I have come to the end of my boss guide presentation. Hopefully you find it useful. If you like the video, please give a like. Please subscribe to my channel for future gaming content. Good luck for the fight in the coming days. Bye.